Hello.
Hey, howdy.
Hello.
This is AquaB, and joining me is
GopnikGoblin.
MadGorillo.
and welcome to episode 1 of GotchaCast, our new podcast. Starting that shit off right.
New
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah.
I already opened mine up. Fuck.
Drink another then.
There we go.
I don't want one of those, Dad.
I found it. At least the first one.
All right, what do you got?
What you got here?
Is that a lion gorilla?
Oh.
Yes.
All right, that's a solid hybrid.
That's
That's a cool way it looks too. So our first topic we're gonna talk about is hybrid animals, and this is a conversation that Goblin and I had on a hungover. Were we hungover?
Hungover.
No, this was
Hungover driving back on a Sunday morning.
nice. Zoom, what's going on? Welcome in. So basically the whole topic revolves around combining animals to make the worst thing for humanity. What does the universe just really not need?
Are dinosaurs in this?
Oh, that
that's-
raises it.
That raises it a good bit. I don't know. I think still
No, what we came up with is definitely kills.
dinosaurs.
It
for-
kills.
it
It
definitely-
solos any alien that comes to our planet.
Kills a
Aliens?
ankylosaur?
Aliens specifically would exterminate the planet if they even just
Oh, yeah.
seen what existed.
They would come and be like, we need to colonize. Fuck no, turn around.
Yeah.
Does it have like magical powers?
I'd rather fight a xenomorph.
I would much rather fight like any chaos god from the Warhammer franchise.
Yes.
You'd rather
Dude.
fight a god than this one animal you've created with animals that live on this planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That are currently alive.
Yeah, that are currently alive.
Let's just start there.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So we were originally connecting just one animal to one animal.
Yeah.
Gorilla and lion.
Yes.
This one we were like, what else can we give it? And just started giving it other animals aspects. So it's kind of a hodgepodge. We started with gorilla.
With the gorilla. The gorilla was the base body.
Base body.
Gorilla. You
Gorilla.
know.
Gorilla body for sure.
They got 4 thumbs, so
I mean, anything that is able to pick things up immediately higher on the food chain, at least in terms of
it
animals.
can hold a gun, but God doesn't need
It does
them.
not
Oh
need
no,
one.
we took away its thumbs.
You took away its thumb.
We took
Yeah,
away
what did we-
one of its thumbs. It has feet. So gorilla, right?
Gorilla.
Then we gave it
So is it just the 4 fingers on the top?
no.
And then, I was thinking only the feet.
We
thumbs
took away
now.
its arms.
We took away its arms.
So you got a gorilla.
You got a gorilla, no arms.
What arms from another animal would you give this gorilla to make it deadly?
Like a saber cat or something.
Saber cat.
Like aquatic.
Aquatic.
We gave a gorilla mantis shrimp arms.
So it does have magical powers because it punches hard enough to make a concussive blast.
Yeah.
So, and the way we decided, we sat down on it and thought about this is a mantis shrimp being the weight it is and the capacity. Okay, well now take its arms, but increase the size of it.
And now you have to multiply it
Yeah, exactly.
online
So-
by what it would do
So
if it
a
was
mantis
big.
shrimp, 22 caliber like rifle round.
A small one. A small mantis shrimp.
is 22 caliber.
Right. That's what it punches.
So now
at.
increase its arm size and muscle density by about like 800 times, and you probably have roughly what you're looking at a gorilla. So this thing's punching at about, I would say probably like a 12-pound gun, like from a ship cannon gun.
This shit's shooting 5-inch rounds.
So
But it can do it consecutively, and we added some other animals in here, not gonna lie. We kept the mantis shrimp eyes. Plop
Yes.
them on the head.
Yeah.
Let it see in multiple colors.
It can see all the colors. I don't think that's the best eyesight though.
it doesn't matter.
Give it more eyes then.
We wanted more colors. Colors over quality of eye.
So the concept behind this was, we wanted to make something that in a horror movie would be in the same fashion as like a beast in a horror movie. Like they come outside of their house and their head is just removed from their body immediately.
Yeah. So I was thinking the common theme of like Rambo or something,
Yeah.
or Predator. Whenever they're just all in the jungle and they like got their ARs, their machine guns, and they're fucking walking around. and like the predator drops in behind one of them. The guy in the rear, you turn around and his head just explodes.
He's gone.
Just fucking explodes into blood mist. Because gorilla.
And behind it, standing is a 5.5 foot tall, hairy, fucking hybridized animal with googly eyes.
I was gonna say, does it have the face of the gorilla?
No. Mantis shrimp head.
Mantis shrimp head.
On gorilla body.
On gorilla body.
We were thinking, how do we make this race just an even bigger problem? Breedability of rabbits.
Rabbit breedability.
They give birth. They give birth every like 3 weeks.
It's probably even higher than that.
Maybe.
And you do like mayfly. I think a mayfly has a lifespan of 2 days.
Yeah, but we want them to live a long time.
Yeah, we want them to be apex predators.
So they're gonna fuck like rabbits.
They're gonna fuck like rabbits.
They're gonna like basically. So it's not like they don't just have one baby either. They have like a, what would you call this? Like
a litter.
A litter.
Rabbits have litters?
Whatever.
Well,
herds, cubs.
No. I'm saying, do they have a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know
If
that.
monkeys are...
They breed like dogs, like amount wise.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
If you have a barrel of monkeys, what would you call the litter of monkeys?
Well, you only have one monkey at a time, so it's just birth.
Birth. Well,
Yeah,
you have a
probably
barrel of...
A barrel of monkeys is whenever you give birth to several monkeys.
Several monkeys. But yeah, so that was the hybridized animal.
We added other stuff to it. The reason we wanted...
we don't know legs or...
No,
Well,
so in my perfect vision, I was thinking that it literally just has the chest and lower body of a gorilla, so it can still jump, it can still climb.
do you remember how we made it a problem for everything? We gave it wings.
Oh, that's right, we gave it wings.
We gave it like Hercules beetle wings.
Ah, yes. So it can hover, it just doesn't fly, it can also hover.
Give it like dragonfly. It has the best like ability to just...
Yeah.
It can just like keep itself like
We
a
were trying to make it like the biggest apex predator of land, air, and sea.
Yeah. Like, birds are scared to even be in the air.
How does it breathe?
Fucking shark gills, obviously. They work both ways.
I don't think they do.
No, it has lungs and shark gills. Fucking why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's already hybridized enough.
Shark gills are the strongest gills. That's why
I mean, even just the gorilla body with the mantis shrimp arms immediately eliminates 90% of current living life on Earth.
Just goes to like the edge of the water.
Well, the thing
It
is,
just floats like the whole ocean.
the thing is, there's a ton of them as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, okay, so what? The army brings in like their tanks. Fucking, it's getting hit with rocket blasts. I was just imagining like a guy in a tank, like, it's breaking in, it's breaking in.
Did you do the calculation on how hard that would hit?
No. So how big is a gorilla versus how big is a mantis shrimp?
Yeah.
Or should we just go weight?
I'm just thinking, look up the PSI of the mantis shrimp, and then we'll just do our own calculation of like
Pounds per
20
shrimp.
times or something.
A Mindex set and give it the dick of a goose.
So, my only question I had with this that I thought about further on was, do we want to keep its socialization the same as it is now with the gorilla? So they wouldn't be working alone. They would be organized to an extent that,
How
that
long
most
would it
gorillas
take
are.
for them to become tribal?
Okay.
Do we want them learning?
I don't think that many of them would live. I mean, at some point in time, if they socialize like that, they would definitely kill each other off in wars of mass proportion, only relatable to like the Great War. Instead of artillery shells landing, you have mantis shrimp gorilla hybrids that are punching holes through almost entirely forests.
Okay, here, let me give you guys some numbers.
Okay.
The mantis shrimp, pounds per square inch. They smash apart shellfish with oversized teardrop-shaped forelimbs that can snap out with more acceleration than a .22 caliber bullet. One punch can deliver over 1,500 newtons of force. That's the mantis shrimp. So,
How big was it?
1,500 newtons of force.
Okay.
Mantis shrimp weighs between 12 and 90 grams.
Okay, so now we gotta do that to like ounces.
A
to
western
pounds.
gorilla weighs 350 pounds.
That's actually lower than I thought it was.
Yeah, I always think they're way bigger than they actually are.
Are you sure there's not like 600-pound gorillas?
I mean, maybe like max weight.
Yeah, maybe max like big ol' honkin' boys, but
Yeah,
Like I know at the zoo, I was surprised to see their weights because they have them on like placards.
Really?
Yeah.
Speed 25 miles per hour. This shit's going too fast in a school zone.
So it would be, I mean, obviously you'd have to dial it back just a little bit from 350 comparative to, you know, whatever it is, 12 grams, 14 grams.
It was
Less than that.
12 to 90 grams.
12 to 90 grams.
We'll just give it a
So even
30, 60.
on a low end mantis shrimp, 12 grams, which is hitting at 1500 newtons of force. I mean, you're still gonna want to scale that down a little bit because this thing is probably hitting.
Are you nerfing? Are you nerfing?
I have to nerf it. I have to. There, you can't let it. Dude, it would literally just blow houses apart.
Well, we need to do the math.
Zoom wants to know what their KD is.
Oh, their KD is
All of fucking human civilization.
I don't know. Fuck. KD, yeah, all of human civilization. So what? 7.8 billion to maybe 5.
You think we're only gonna take out 5 of them? You gotta give disease a little bit of credit here.
I'm saying these things are probably resilient enough to kill everything before they die out.
Oh my god, let's give them the body temperature of a possum. Possums can't get sick. Viruses don't survive in their body.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, but you can't make it that hot and that big.
why not? It's a furnace.
It would explode.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
They're fucking. They choose. They can.
They can regulate.
They can now regulate their own body temperature
Yeah,
to
yeah.
whatever they want. You want to get suicide bombed?
Wait, what animal are we adding for that? Dimetrodon.
So I'm thinking this thing is quite literally able to punch steel, like actual steel structures, probably like maybe I'd say a couple inches worth of steel,
Oh yeah.
and immediately shatter it.
Your
So
battleship's hull.
Your battle
Holes.
just it's punching
Holes.
holes.
Well, it's 1,500 times 300 at least, probably.
It's
They can
less than a pound.
It is less than a pound,
Yeah.
so more than.
So let's go 1,500 times.
Look up grams to pounds.
Oh, okay. God damn. Grams to pounds.
I just want to compare it to other things that it would be just like.
So what,
one
we'll
shot
just
the
say
Statue of
a
Liberty.
medium is like 60 grams because it was like 12 to 90. So we'll
12
say an
90,
average
so we'll
one's
say
like
an average is
40?
45. That's it.
45 grams.
45
That
would be
is
medium.
0.09 pounds. It's not even 0.1 of a pound.
Yeah, it's not
So
even a.
put in like 200.
It's not even a tenth of a pound.
like 1,000.
Put in 1,000 grams?
You saying this thing weighs 1,000 grams?
No,
2?
1,000 grams to like 2 something pounds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if it's 2.2,
Well, do you want me to just figure out how many?
7.
453 grams is 1 pound.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we do
So
450
goddamn.
times 300 times 1,500.
Okay.
That's a lot of math, bro. I'm not in
I
this.
know.
I don't do
this
math.
No, this is calculator math.
453 times what?
4
Times 600 times 400 or 300?
350.
350
350 is
times
the girl
350.
Yep.
158,000. And then
And
times
times 1,500.
times 1,500 will tell us how many. Okay, this thing punches at 237,825,000 newtons of force. I'd say that's nuclear blast. Okay,
I was gonna say,
how
no.
many? All right.
But now we go deeper.
How many newtons of force is a nuclear blast?
It's. I have a feeling it's gonna be sub. It's gonna be sub like 1.5 million. at
How
least.
many newtons of force is a nuke? Oh. Ah, jeez. Okay. Hold on. It's more math. They didn't just give me the number.
Is it like something
It's a lot.
times?
Yeah, it's 10 to the 12th power. That's 12 million? I don't know. 10?
I think you do the zeros or something. Because 9 zeros is a...
It's more. It's more. They're not punching at nuke level.
They're not okay. Well, that's
Okay, at least they're
yeah,
nuking each other.
Is it? Well, is it? No. Because 10
No.
to 100 power is a Google. I just learned this yesterday. I wanted to put it out there.
It's a Google.
Well, I think it directly says 100, like 10 to the... Or Google is 1 with 100 zeros after it, I think.
Yeah. I don't know math, so.
I
don't
think
worry
it's
about
10
it.
with 100 zeros.
No, I'm saying... Because 10
It's a
to
big
the
number.
100th, 10 to the 100th, but I think the whole reason that Google was made up as the name was it was
Oh.
one.
This is what I'm taking a class on. The reason Google has the Googleplex name is because it's named after the number.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Googleplex? What is another animal? What can fight this? You gotta dig deep. I want to put turtle on one, but give me a shell.
You would have to give it. Okay, so a shell.
Soft shell turtle.
I think the best shell. There's a snail that makes a metallic shell.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like crystallines.
If that wasn't a snail, you know how powerful it would be.
Exactly.
Zoom wants to know if Leviathan is an option.
We can always add in a Leviathan. We used to have a book where Leviathan was just a giant
What's
fish.
Leviathan is what the fucking Moon Lord is, right? The fucking what the hell is his name? He came out of the sea.
So, going back real quick to the whole Newtons of force thing. So, interestingly enough, it takes 4,000 newtons to break a human femur.
What did this thing punch at?
1,500.
No.
No, it punched
It's
at...
67 million, I believe.
It was like 285.
I think it was
million
67,850,000.
Did you not still have it up?
It was on my calculator, and I had to do other math.
Yeah, so this thing has...
A lot of punch.
This thing is punching you almost into oblivion. You're becoming almost...
absolutely.
Necessarily, you're not exactly becoming atomized, but you are very close to...
You're definitely a
becoming-
mist.
You would also have to think of that over the surface area.
Oh, yeah.
That is.
You're definitely you're a mist. You are gone. Whatever part of you
It's
doesn't
explosive.
evaporate. Oh, it is explosive. Undoubtedly, it's not atomic level.
No.
We've learned that.
No.
That's a lot. Humans kind of fucked up for making nukes, though, right? Like,
Well, I mean...
You can wipe out more than this thing can.
yeah.
You're hoping you can... I mean, how many nukes are in the world at this point in
Fuck
time?
ton.
Given it's... Yeah, a fuck ton, but...
Well, we can eliminate the planet with either, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure that's no problem.
Nukes, or that doesn't sound fun enough. Mantis shrimp gorillas, get them out there.
Hello. Yes. I would like you to make mantis shrimp gorillas. I think we need that.
When did militaries stop developing bioweapons?
Yeah, honestly. Well, I mean, I think
The
I think
Geneva
this would be
Convention.
too far. I think this... Well, the Geneva Convention only limits bioweapons.
You got to think outside the box, my friend.
Yeah, hybridizing animals in use of weaponry is actually not covered under the Geneva Convention.
Illegal? No. Unethical?
Yeah.
So, back to Zoom's Leviathan thing.
Oh, yeah.
What is the god, Moon Lord fucking thing I'm thinking of? It's got tentacles. It became a god in Smite.
You mean Cthulhu?
Cthulhu. Is Cthulhu a Leviathan?
No.
What the fuck is a Leviathan?
Leviathan would be some... Isn't it a creature that is of
I think-
substantial size?
Let me ask another question.
I think the original.
You ever seen the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the Langoliers that come and they eat the world at the end of the day? Okay, alright. So no one's seen the movie Groundhog Day.
It's been a while.
We know the movie.
Alright, let me show you guys what a Langolier is. Are those Leviathans? I'm gonna assume
I'm pretty
not.
sure the textbook definition of a Leviathan is a abnormally large, like insanely large creature.
Yeah, but I think it comes from folklore. And
Yeah, it comes from folklore. Leviathan being like a serpent-like creature from the sea.
Yeah, and I thought it was Jormungand.
Oh.
Yeah, Jormungand is a Leviathan.
I thought he was the Leviathan, and that's what it turned into.
Big rip me. Alright, not Groundhog Day. It's just a movie called The Langoliers by Stephen King. This movie fucked me up as a kid.
I mean, are these things abnormally large?
Yeah, they're just big floating meatballs with teeth that come and consume the world.
At the end of the day.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
not in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, but I always got it confused with Groundhog Day. So, are these Leviathans?
Look up the textbook definition of Leviathan.
Have you?
Also, yeah.
Okay, another question. Before we actually know, have you ever seen that picture of a really big cow?
You mean
Oh, the giant cow.
Yeah.
The giant cow?
Yeah.
Is that a Leviathan?
I think Leviathan is considered just a naturally large sea.
Sure.
No,
I think-
you're thinking of fucking kaiju.
Oh yes, kaiju, correct. Yes.
Leviathans, I think, are aquatic from what I'm looking
yeah.
at.
Right. I
yeah.
think.
Because they
I
come
think
from...
there is the Leviathan.
Bro, they come from the fucking Bible?
There's behemoths in the Bible.
Nah,
but
bro! Leviathan is a creature with the form of a sea serpent in Judaism. It is referenced in several books of the Hebrew Bible, including the Book of Job, Book of Isaiah. Not Jewish.
What's it say about it?
A sea monster defeated by Yahweh. In various scriptural accounts, a large sea animal.
Yeah, so...
To capitalized Leviathan, the political state.
So, like, yeah. The Leviathan is the sea-based large creature, and then a kaiju would just be a...
No, kaijus are their own thing. They're Japanese.
Yeah, but I mean, they would be just a large creature.
Yeah. Leviathans could be kaijus, but not all...
Kaijus could be Leviathan. Or
No. All... Yeah. No. All Leviathans could be kaijus, but not all kaijus are Leviathans.
Yes.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get to kaiju Leviathan?
Well,
I like kaiju debate.
I wanted to touch on a thing there because it was just fucking. So if there's Leviathans in the Bible, there's the behemoths in the Bible.
What is a behemoth?
Exactly, but that's what it's called in the Bible. That sometimes people think it was dinosaurs, which is how would that be?
Google knows us now, by the way, because I just typed in Bible, just Bible. Next option is Bible, Behemoth, and Leviathan.
Yeah.
They're listening to us, man. They got our number.
That's apparently the Pennsylvanians are
okay.
theorists.
Behemoth in the Old Testament was a powerful grass-eating animal whose bones are tubes of bronze, his limbs like bars of iron.
So it's like one of those giant rhinoceri.
Yeah, you ever watch the movie Hercules?
Every reference, we're just gonna dumb stare. Nope. Now we gotta see what's in Hercules.
No clue.
I was making up. There's Hercules. It sounds like a fucking monster from the Odyssey.
Yeah. From the Odyssey, yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
From the Odyssey.
This doesn't sound like a Christian Bible monster. This sounds like Homer's The Odyssey.
Homer,
you're right.
Yes. So I mean, in that instance, what would giants fall under?
Giants? They appear in a lot of different...
But I mean, what would they fall under categorically?
I just saw
Kaiju.
a thing.
Kaiju.
There's... Okay,
but would they not be behemoths?
Also kaiju. See, that's what's great about kaiju. And I hold on to your thought, but there's two kinds of kaiju. There's kaiju, which is just a monsterly large thing, and then there's dai kaiju. And a dai kaiju is what the movie... what the fuck's the movie? Pacific Rim.
Yes.
The monsters in Pacific Rim are dai kaiju because they're fucking skyscraper sized. That's all I want to say. Is the large cow is a kaiju, not a dai kaiju.
So
Clifford is a kaiju.
Clifford's could be a dai
Clifford
kaiju.
is a kaiju. I'm pretty sure Godzilla, at least the newer forms of him, would be considered a dai kaiju then.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's undisputed.
He's gigantic.
Yeah.
He's way bigger than buildings in the newest.
Oh yeah.
Godzilla and King Kong. King Kong's a dai kaiju.
King Kong is a dai kaiju.
Yes, yeah, they would both have to be now.
Yeah.
Also, Godzilla won that.
I never saw it.
I feel like most creatures in those movies would be considered dai kaiju.
Yes.
At least just
now,
yeah. At least in just general terms.
Okay, well then, what are we gonna put in kaiju level? Because Clifford then has to be in kaiju level because he's just a lot bigger than a regular dog.
He's bigger than a house.
I think you have to be skyscraper level to be a dai kaiju.
That's what I was thinking.
So I think Clifford's a kaiju. I think he's close.
He's not skyscraper.
No, he's a kaiju. He's not
a
kaiju.
He's not a dai kaiju.
Oh yeah.
Dai kaiju, yes.
Giants then would fall into the just kaiju.
Just
category.
kaiju,
Yeah.
right? Skyscraper level to house level. Anything?
Well,
anything
unless they're like Ymir sized. Like Ymir,
in which reference?
Well,
he would be a dai kaiju.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
sometimes
it depends on where you're looking at.
Yeah. But I mean, in Nordic lore,
sometimes
Ymir is.
I was gonna say
abnormally large.
Well, he's the ice giant, isn't he?
He's the king of ice giants.
Right.
Yes.
Sometimes even Fenrir is could stomp on buildings.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
sometimes in media they project Ymir as just a dude.
Yeah, which
no. Fuck you. He needs to be.
important.
He's an ice giant. Make him large.
He is the
yeah, but then Loki comes out as Loki, so then they're just no, maybe he was just a human. They called him Ice Giant. He just ruled with an iron fist, an icy fist.
Yeah, no.
He's Mr. Heat Miser.
Is that Ymir?
No.
Is that them?
You guys remember those old movies?
I love them.
The Heat Miser and
Yes.
the free. What the fuck's the ice guy's name? They were always like around during the holidays. Like I remember the Easter ones very specifically. The little drummer boy one.
I don't remember.
Bro, I only watched those movies around Halloween.
I don't remember any of the Halloween. They were Christian
Maybe
movies.
Christmas, maybe.
I don't know if they were Christian movies.
No, I think they were Christmas movies.
They have some for every holiday. I remember the Easter one very specifically.
I don't remember. I don't know if I remember.
But they're like
I
not
remember Heat
claymation.
Miser. I remember always thinking that was the true story of Rudolph. That's how he became Rudolph. No. It was Santa Claus. That was how Santa Claus became Santa
I remember
Claus.
that one. That one's the one with the dentist elf and the fucking Yeti. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So that's I don't know what those movies are under. Like it's
Claymation?
It's not claymation though. It's like wool.
Is it?
I don't know what
Is
the
it?
fuck
I think
it is.
it's considered.
I can remember them having like very
Little fuzzy.
specifically clay.
Dude,
in
name
some of them.
name one of those movies.
I don't fucking know, dude.
I couldn't
Heat
even begin.
Miser movie.
I can't
Heat
even,
Miser movie.
That's all we have.
I can't even name most movies that I've watched multiple times.
I don't remember a single movie.
That movie's called The Year Without The Year Without a Santa Claus. It came out in 1974.
I thought they were all the same movie.
Yeah.
They're not all the same movie.
No, the Heat Miser and Santa Claus movie are the same movie.
Yeah, those are the same movie. There's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
the other Santa one where it's the elf that like wants to be a
He's
dentist.
Yeah.
And he goes to the island of makeshift toys.
Yes.
He hangs out with Rudolph, and he hangs out with like an ice
Yeah.
or the fucking lumberjack
That's not
dude.
all that movie.
Yeah.
No.
it's a
There's
different movie.
several of
Right.
these.
Yeah. No, I understand because the dentist one is the one that I'm thinking most.
I only ever
Mostly
think of
of-
this one.
Yeah,
like
I
this
only
one a
ever
lot.
think of the dentist elf.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's Rudolph. Oh, what the fuck is this? Rudolph and Frosty's fucking Christmas in July is another one.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh.
like remember, there's always like a guy in the beginning, and he's like, "Hey, what? Fine, blah blah blah. Let's go look
Let's
at it."
see what they're
Right.
doing down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
something
like the movie Elf starts off making fun of those movies.
Yeah.
Mm.
I gotcha.
I want to know what type of movies. Heat Miser movie type? Because there's like a genre of them. It's stop motion. Which
yeah,
we knew that, but I don't think it's specifically claymation because they look like they're made out of fucking like wool.
No, see, his hair looks like it's made out of wool, but
Yeah.
his face looks like it's clay.
Yeah, I think they both look like clay.
I mean, you can do a mixture of
No,
both.
I was
You
gonna
don't
say,
have
just
to
I
do-
think it's what's tripping me up is a lot of them are clay based, but then there's some that are like just made out of wool. Like I think
Yeah.
Frosty's like just made out of wool. The Abominable Snowman like wool.
Yeah, because it makes more sense for them to look like that as opposed to have the fur, or as opposed to have just being clay.
You know what I loved in those movies is the way water looked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Water did look.
Water
'Cause it
always
was,
looked
like-
fucking
It
weird.
looked like you could drink it. I just think.
It was like wasn't solid enough though.
No, but
Or, I mean liquidy enough.
it was super translucent. Yeah, but it was definitely like they were like
Yeah.
dragging it or something.
Yeah. Weird.
Insane.
I don't know. I don't watch any of those movies anymore.
Dude, they don't. They used to just always be on.
Yeah, I know.
Do you guys get into like the Christmas spirit around Christmas time anymore?
No.
No.
I get in the Halloween spirit though.
I used to just remember that as like a little kid, I could just super get into Christmas spirit, just because like
Yeah.
I don't know, it was like warm in the house, and you just always had all those type of movies on.
See, like,
you just get there.
I'll get like those fleeting moments during Christmas time where like I'm sitting on the couch in like a nice cozy like outfit
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a blanket, like drinking like hot chocolate or something.
You think it's nostalgia?
I think it is. I think it is a throwback to like the childhood
Yeah.
days.
See, when I had my own house, that was the first time I got even close. Yeah, my house now, not really, but like having my own house, and we had our whole Christmas night, and I was just like, it was like Christmas. It was
Yeah.
Yeah,
super
like,
lame and boring.
Yeah.
My last 4 Christmases have sucked ass. My last one was my first one home, and that was interesting. It was a really warm Christmas,
Yeah.
and that was like I hadn't been around snow in a while, and I was excited to see snow again.
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be Christmas, and then it was just shit. It was
Yeah,
like really
being a
warm
Christmas
and
is
muggy,
Oh yeah.
or not muggy, but like soggy snow. And then before that, I was in California, so it wasn't fucking cold. I'll tell you that. I think before that, I was in Hawaii.
Yeah. So same difference.
I think I went to the beach. And before that, I was Florida. So I haven't.
Yeah.
And in like Hawaii, like it's not like you aren't putting out decorations. You're not like some people put up like lights.
They don't even put out decorations.
I feel like people do Christmas lights,
No,
but it's
yeah.
they never hit. They're not gonna hit the same way unless they're like snow on the ground.
Right, it doesn't look the same. It doesn't.
They're gonna look like party lights.
Especially coming from like the Northeast, where you see snow so regularly.
Where all we see is party lights in like an entire town when you go through it. It's pretty much a light show probably somewhere else.
But imagine that person's yard. You know that house that's always going out for Christmas. Yeah. Imagine that in your head. Now imagine it's summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't look the same.
You're not doing inflatables.
Yeah.
For fucking.
It just doesn't feel like the Northeasterners.
Yeah, just something that's odd I could hear from Hawaii, just thinking about it, is like, I went surfing the day of Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would just be
I was on the beach.
Weird.
That was our beach day. That's our family's beach day, is Christmas.
You know what was cool? When I was on deployment during Christmas, we had a decorating, decorate your door contest. And the commanding officer would like go around and judge each department's door. And we won first place. That was 100% on me. I went all out. I don't know why. we lined Christmas lights. We like cut out snowflakes and shit. That felt like Christmas, and that was weird because that's the most not normal Christmas I've had. But we like fucking had the colored strands of lights, turned all the lights off, just had those. We're playing Christmas music all the time.
That was I have a very similar experience from Norwich when we did that, but it was very. Like, it was almost more Christmassy in Vermont just because of the amount of snowfall that we got.
Oh,
like,
I
it was intensive.
Snow makes
like looking outside, everything was covered in snow.
Yeah, yours was probably so much worse there.
So you would get like that was my first, at least after graduating high school, that was my first call back to like a Christmas nostalgia, because it was either outside frigid snow, terrible weather. And then the inside was nice and warm, lights everywhere because everybody was decorating all their shit. So it was pretty Christmassy, at least in the majority terms of it.
What was that town like?
What, Vermont?
Yeah.
So...
Was it small?
The town next to the school was really small. Probably about like maybe 4 or 5, actual shops, a couple restaurants. Small restaurants, obviously, like pub size. And then you had like a singular gas station, the local school, which was kind of like how Fort Cherry is with the elementary and the high school being in the same area.
Small town,
super small town.
I was gonna say closer to Fort Cherry than Butler.
Yes, way closer to Fort Cherry. In fact,
interesting.
It was actually probably smaller of a town than McDonald.
That's very interesting. They plopped a whole ass university next to it.
Yeah. So the thing about Norwich is it actually was in Norwich, Vermont, which is actually like 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
And the school burnt down, and they rebuilt it
further away, probably because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
To build it further away.
Because it was a smaller town, there was a lot less going on, so your students actually couldn't go out and get blasted, in the evening or whatever. Not that it stopped anybody.
No, if anything, it fucking... when there's nothing to do is when I get blasted.
Because, one of the local, liquor distributors, when you were driving past it, we noticed it, one of my NCOs noticed it when we were driving past. He was like, if you're ever going past that liquor store on the corner of the street, said, take a quick look as you're passing it, and look around the back door. So you're like, okay. So we were heading away on an away wrestling tournament, and we looked back, and right beside the back door near the dumpsters is Norwich Cadets Welcome. So I asked about that a little bit later on, and it turns out that they would sell alcohol to any Norwich cadets, irregardless of age, because you were a Norwich cadet.
Because it was...
So they broke the law.
Yeah.
So you're outing someone right now.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Take them to jail. We had a lot of I remember there's tons of places that are blacklisted, like for military. Like, you're not allowed to go to this car dealership. They're known to fucking rip you off. Or don't go into the strip club. People die there. And you'd get in trouble if you went. Which, how do they catch you though? You were also there, so
Yeah.
What do you mean you saw me at this bar? Where were you?
Yeah, well, if you're walking out of it, it's the only time when you're walking in and walking out.
That was
You
like
get caught.
one of the funny things about Norwich, because like a lot of the like rooks or whatever were held to like the same sort of accountability as like their NCOs and COs. Like if you'd ever be doing something that you weren't supposed to, but you seen one of your NCOs or COs in the same place,
All right, you just nod.
you just look at each other. I'm not talking. You're not talking. That's how it's going, you know. And that was the really funny part about it, because then you could just look at each other and be like, "Don't ever throw me under the bus. I swear to God."
I will out you so fucking fast.
But yeah, it was a good time. Aside from all the fucking snow, highly do not recommend Vermont for.
Yeah. Was there always snow on the ground?
So
Probably
out
not.
of the 9 months I was there, there was snow on the ground for 8 of it.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm guessing only their summers are warm.
Their summer is about a month and a half, 2 months long.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you have fall for about a month.
And spring for about a month. The other
Spring for
direction.
about a month, and then everything else is just.
So you got like
Yeah.
4 or 5 months out of the year that aren't snowy.
And I mean, even those 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
out of
they're
the
not
year,
going to be that
You're
warm.
taking maybe 2 months that are actually like in the 70s to 80s. Everything else is usually between like the 50s, 60s area. Both in spring and fall.
Interesting thing I was looking at around the same topic. Like so much of Canada lives lower than the most northern part of the U.S.
Yes.
Like there's that part of Canada that dips.
Yeah.
Like 90-something% of all of their citizens live in that part.
Yeah.
You can't live anywhere else.
Yeah, like 99-point-something% lives along the border of the U.S.
Yeah.
Not all that other shit, nothing. There ain't shit there.
Yeah.
Also, Canada's not as big as it looks on the map.
No, it's not.
It's distorted
heavily.
Yeah, but very
very
much.
heavily
They're
distorted.
still bigger than us, but I think only by a little bit.
Like,
yeah.
I think Zoom and I got into a conversation about this when I was watching a stream, but Canada has, I believe, 11 time zones, or no, it's 6 time zones, I think. Russia has 11.
Parts?
Russia's also not as big as it looks.
It's not as big as it looks, but it is.
Nothing.
But it is huge.
I was gonna say, if you look on a map, Antarctica is like the entire.
Yeah.
I remember questioning the one day to myself that like Antarctica is bigger than all these countries, but no one talks about that.
Antarctica is smaller than Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because of how they drew maps, I guess.
Yeah.
But the closer you are to the equator, the more accurate that country. Because the further away, they stretch it more. Greenland is tiny. Greenland is small.
Really?
Yeah. That's a term people use for like the Greenland effect or whatever, something like that. Greenland is the one that has the most difference out of everything that got proportioned wrong. Greenland's the one that looks way bigger than it actually is.
It's actually pretty much as big as Iceland. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like with most countries, though. I mean, there's very relatively few countries who are actually large, aside from, of course, Russia.
Are we bigger than China?
I think the US is definitely bigger than China for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still smaller than Russia, but the only difference between the US and Russia is we have larger habitation over our land than Russia does.
Yeah, where more of our land's
60% of Russia is uninhabitable.
That's like Australia, which is crazy. Sometimes I think about this. Australia is a country and a fucking continent, dog.
Yeah, it is, yep.
But
becoming Oceania now.
They call it that now.
I think so.
Oh. Well, it's just Oceania. Isn't that just fucking Australia and New Zealand?
Yeah, but I think no, because it also has like the Indonesias.
Yeah.
Because it was originally like Ocean Asia or something.
Oceanasia. But the thing about Australia is, just like Canada, fucking they just live around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
They're the what do they call the outback?
Yeah,
fucking
outback
no
sucks.
population. Oh yeah, I bet.
That's where everything is dangerous out there.
You know how like you just kill someone in Las Vegas and drive 3 miles and nobody ever finds them? That's like what all of the country of Australia is.
I mean, it's crazy to think about like all the actual uninhabitable land, like you know,
in the world.
A large portion of Africa, like the Sahara, is inhabitable.
That's what's crazy. I was looking at that map, like how things are actually sized, the correct proportions of every country. Fucking, we didn't get the Sahara Desert wrong. that shit's still big as fuck.
Oh yeah, the Sahara Desert.
That's what makes it more impressive. The Sahara Desert is bigger than Greenland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because and
I'm
I
not
mean,
surprised.
can you just imagine a place like that, like miles, hundreds of miles of just sand?
Well, deserts grow every year
Yeah,
by
I
a
know.
lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Just more and more
desertification.
comes-
Just the stuff on the outside of the desert just keeps dying and
Yeah.
becoming desert. And you can stop it, like you can slow it down by planting
walls.
forests.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think walls would work too, but
Put up a wall.
it'd be a lot of wall. Just a big fucking
That's why the Great Wall of China was made, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it
There's
stopped the
actually-
Gobi Desert.
There's a lot of breaks in the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just a lot of
I think
bodies.
the Mongolians.
One time, I think it was a couple times.
Yeah, Mongols were really strong.
I don't
I've been
know.
reading
Oh,
up
yeah.
on them. It was incredible that there were civilizations much bigger than the Mongols that would not go over into the Mongolian plateau
Yeah.
to fight them because they were so good at fighting on horseback. They
Oh,
literally, they were just faster than your armies because every single one of them could ride a horse.
Are they the strongest we're not talking numbers. Are they the
Yeah.
strongest non-modern army?
Strongest non-modern army.
Non-modern army, meaning pre any gun.
Pre any gun, I think that would still fall to Mongolia.
Yeah.
No,
I
no.
think
Mongols or Spartans?
The Mongols for
so.
sure.
Okay,
Mongol-
only because numbers.
Well,
Well,
he's
we're saying not numbers.
non-numbers,
We're saying, like,
non-numbers.
Just
Oh.
one Mongol, like we'll say 100 Spartans versus 100 Mongols.
So we're going with
Okay,
Deadliest
but-
Warrior type.
Yeah,
number
yeah.
Here, right?
That would
Yeah.
also become difficult because you're now taking the Mongolian, you're taking the Mongol off the horse.
Well,
So-
no,
and-
No, no, no.
What are you?
no, I wouldn't.
Well, then
That's their bread and
he's
butter.
gonna get wrecked by a horse.
Yeah,
Then the
Mongol
Spartan
wins
gets
that
wrecked
fight.
by a horse.
Well, then the Spartan don't win.
yeah.
So, like, closer representation between Spartans, like, on even playing field with, like, any other pre-modern fighting group would be probably the Romans.
The Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
you could-
they're like super fucking
Yeah,
similar. Weren't they
those
around
are
at the
super
same
similar.
time?
They both have bronze armor. Like they're both using bronze. I don't even think either of those have steel.
Weren't they at the same time?
No,
No.
the Spartans were
I don't
before
fucking-
the Romans. The Romans were more modern than the Spartans.
Wait, who did the Greeks
Oh.
lose to?
The Greeks lost to the Persians.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, they did.
This man knows fucking. Look, man, you sent me an anime timeline. I can tell you when Angel Beats aired. I don't know who fucking Greek Spartans came first.
Yeah, so, but the Mongols would for sure win. I mean, there's a super great story about the Mongols, where there was a large empire in the Middle East, and the Mongols were expanding southwards, obviously, as they were conquering, and they met this kingdom in the Middle East, and, the Mongols, not actually having been incredibly bloodthirsty like they're always portrayed as, sent a messenger down to greet them and be like, hey, just a heads up, we're to the north of you. If you want to interact anyway, to just, let us know. And so what they did is the king ordered that messenger to be beheaded and to have the head sent back to the Mongols.
Well, that sounds a
So-
message.
The Mongols then
That's
sent...
the Mongols.
The Mongols
Don't do
then
that.
sent a group of 5 messengers down, to which they were all also killed, beheaded, and sent back. And so the Mongols, after seeing that, proceeded to ride down south in their horde fashion, obviously, and they laid waste to one of the kingdom's largest cities, killing everybody, like women, children, men,
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
They decapitated all of them and then stacked their heads in a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And then were like, and they left, I think it was one person alive, and then they sent him back to the kingdom. And to
Be like, yo, one of your cities is just gone,
Yeah.
dog. Like, it's not there. It's not
Yeah.
like they just killed a couple of us. We didn't fight back.
And so the king of that empire actually just left.
Wow.
Yeah.
He just disappeared.
Well, if not, then his citizens would probably be so fucking mad at him.
I
Oh,
heard
yeah.
that the pyramid was bigger than the trees.
Yeah.
It went higher than the trees
Wow.
around the area.
It was like they theorized it was like 2 to 3 stories high, of just decapitated skulls. Yeah.
Fleegz is in here, by the way.
Oh, what's up, Fleegz?
He said, "Yeah, fuck them kids."
Fuck them kids. But like, yeah, that was one really cool, interesting part about like the whole Mongol history that I like is they're not actually as crazy as everybody insists they are.
Oh, no.
They were actually fairly, social with every place around them. They didn't try to kill people, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Genghis Khan-
if they wanted it, they would.
Genghis Khan, oddly enough, I was just hearing as well that he would just have other armies just join his
Oh,
afterward.
Genghis Khan never decimated a whole place.
No.
He would always absorb them.
Yeah.
That's how he became the guy
Yeah.
with most kids.
Yeah.
Because he would. Well, I mean, Genghis Khan.
Every single village. All right, I gotta sleep with
Gotta
one.
pipe. Gotta spread these genetics. Genghis Khan has a super famous quote that I actually just learned in an anime, and it was every time he would take over a lot of new territory, he'd put out a message and say, "Whatever you can do, I don't care what your ability is. If you have talent, we'll make a use for you." And he would gather just tons of people, and he'd basically be like, "Are you the best singer? Come here.
Singers.
Come here. We'll make a use for you." But I don't know. That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just wasn't the terrible,
It's
No,
it's
like
because,
savage.
people wanted land back then.
Oh yeah, land was
What do we-
money.
When is America gonna start expanding?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's take Afghanistan, make it fucking New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Not to get political, but 51st.
51st state of New Jersey stand.
Jesus, Stan.
Fleegz said on the Tower of Skulls of women, men, and children. He said, "Yeah, a tower of dead babies is very mild." Because Goblin was saying how the Mongols weren't that bad, but,
Yeah,
but then they also just
very,
indiscriminately
very
killed
mild.
men, women, and children.
Very.
Burn the women and rape the churches. That's what I say.
Yes.
Smoke Satan, hail meth.
So a point we were talking about earlier, also a point I was learning this week was that Goliath from the Bible was only 6'9".
From David and Goliath.
Yes.
He was just like LeBron James. He wasn't
Yeah,
even as tall as LeBron James.
No, he's just like a tall guy.
Dude, imagine just being you're just 5 inches taller, but everyone nicknames you the Goliath.
You're the Goliath.
No
and you get put
wonder.
in the Bible.
We're talking about how Goliath was only 6'9".
Only 9 inches taller than I am.
Well, I mean, yeah, because most of history,
Yeah,
humans
they were
have
short,
actually
humans
been
were
really
short.
small, yeah, like my
Yeah,
size.
Yeah, like perfectly your size.
Goblin size.
Actually smaller.
You're
than me.
actually
I
from
think,
the Bible.
I think the average person was like 4'9".
Damn.
Yeah.
They were really small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't even all that short.
No, he was actually tall.
He's like 5'7"
Yeah, he
Yeah.
or something, and everyone was 5'6", so he had an inch on the regular or the average person.
Napoleon blown apart, more like it.
Well,
Did he die to a
I don't
cannon?
fucking know.
No.
He's dead now, though, isn't he?
no, he did not.
How'd he die?
I just think it's funny that he came, he got exiled and then just walked back into Paris and was like, so I'm just gonna be the emperor again, okay? And everybody was like,
Alright.
alright, yeah, fuck it, why not, sure.
Did he ever really leave Paris?
Yeah, he actually...
Have I ever left Paris? That's where my heart is, Goblin. My heart lives in Paris.
Do you like baguettes?
Oh.
Alright then.
I despise them, actually. Hey, you keep moving further away, pal.
That's because I keep sitting down.
Yeah, well, what do you think you should stop doing then?
Well, I can't help it. Stop. Touch me.
What's coming up? When's football start?
I don't know.
Next week, September 9th.
Damn.
I'm very excited for football. You guys aren't in the fantasy football draft, but man,
I'm in the fantasy football draft.
You are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm ranked last.
Yes, your team is.
My team is only the Tampa Bay offense.
That's very.
They won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl.
One of them's gonna go off. We just don't know which one. There's 3 of them.
Hey, don't worry. I got 2 quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, solid quarterbacks.
I'm sure they're gonna do great.
You didn't need to have 2 great quarterbacks.
Well, guess what I got, motherfucker? I also got Butker, the best kicker in the
I
league.
think, actually, both your quarterbacks are better than my quarterback.
Yeah, you want one?
No.
Give me the best receiver you got, because I ain't got
Actually,
shit.
I probably could. I could probably make that trade. We could make
Let's
that
do
trade.
that right now. No.
Hey, just remember, if it says you're gonna lose this week, you're actually gonna win, and if it says you're gonna win, you're gonna lose.
Hunter did great. He would.
Could you give me 2 players for one? I want.
You can.
I want both your receivers, and then you can have a quarterback.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Tom Brady.
Who do you have?
Tom Brady is not that much better than Russell Wilson. No.
Oh.
Oh, how many rings does Russell Wilson have?
Oh.
Huh?
How many rings does Russell Wilson have?
I don't know. For
Ah.
fantasy.
Fantasy.
Totally different
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
points.
Well, that'd be like saying, I mean, in the end term of it, doesn't matter. But I mean, and how are you gonna get rings if you don't have a good team? How are you gonna make completions and things like that? If you
No,
don't
it's
have
not
a
that. It's just running quarterbacks just make a lot more points. in
uh,
fantasy.
good team? No, yeah, of course.
what do you mean? So I picked up Ben Roethlisberger. He's great at scrambling.
Zoom.
Remember
Oh,
when
damn.
they said he's going to the Hall of Fame because he's great at scrambling? Where's that been?
Yeah,
What's
well,
that, man?
we missed him. We
Oh.
missed him completely. I didn't get into football until like a year ago.
At least you're...
So I got an interesting topic. Would you guys be more into esports if there was a fantasy style of esports? Like you could do like a draft.
I don't.
How do you, wait, okay, so we're all nerds, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't we into esports? Why don't
don't
we
know.
care about esports?
Because...
I think it's a younger generation then.
No, I
Yeah,
have
more.
friends same age and older that
Really?
are into esports.
Super duper into it?
Yeah.
Well, for one, a lot of the group doesn't play League, and that's probably the biggest one.
But there's tons of like
There's, like,
Valorant.
CS:GO.
There's everything. I mean, Smite has esports, and we were all into Smite at one point.
Yeah, we won't barely
personally
pay attention
just-
to teams.
don't care if that esports is a thing. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong.
But
I
that's
think it's
that's
a-
my question that
I
I'm
think
posing.
I think it's a good broadening for like normies to get into gaming and stuff like that. I think it's a very selling point.
But you're a big gamer.
Yeah.
What would it take for you to be into esports? How do they make it interesting and make you want to watch?
I just don't think you'll ever get what an esport, or I don't think you're ever going to get the audiences of old for the NFL and stuff like that. Like, you're not going to get...
no.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think anyone can reach as many people
No, I'm not trying to say that.
as...
I'm saying a lot of normal gamers aren't into esports. It's
Really?
usually like a specific... Well, the three of us, we're gamers. Not one of us is into esports.
So
really.
I think that falls primarily back onto just people not caring to be good at games. I mean, there's a
True.
threshold in which you're good
Yeah.
at.
Right.
And a lot of people play games for fun. They don't play it for money. They don't
You're
play
right.
it for
Yeah.
being super serious.
Well, yeah, and esports is inherently very competitive.
yeah.
And a lot of people aren't gaming competitively.
But
so.
I mean,
Yeah.
so like you'll see a lot of in like a lot of like competitive shooters like CS:GO or Valorant or even Warzone and stuff like that. That these pro gamers, these esports players come out with certain strats like meta
yes.
strats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's who you follow.
And
for-
that-
a lot of
especially for a
time-
MOBA.
And that becomes a really big thing when you start getting into the higher ranks. So like back in Siege,
Right.
whenever we used to play Siege together, meta strats were only meta if you were in the higher tiers when
Right.
everybody used that meta.
It's
Right.
like
But if you play back in gold, like lower gold, early bronze, and silver, it doesn't work because you're
Right.
playing against kids that have no idea what they're even doing themselves.
Right, and a lot of the time metas can get countered by just not a meta.
Yeah,
Right.
just not a
That's
meta, right?
like-
Because meta builds are for that meta.
Yes.
You
Right.
counter the things in the meta.
that's exactly a good analogy of that is like Smash Bros. Like if someone walked in and tried to play Kirby at the top level, they'd probably get laughed at. But I guarantee I could kick every one of our friends' ass with just Kirby.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
100% true.
Because it's not, you're not playing at that level.
But I mean,
Right.
like Anthony was saying and I were saying, but in that meta, there becomes a certain line in which, if you're under it, it's the meta just doesn't work.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Where like so for example, a certain peak that one person has on a map that everybody knows to look for, it may just not work at a lower level because
Yeah.
you're not expecting a So, for example, you're holding an angle of which, in meta terms, in most esports games, you're playing, say, one person, two people push that angle every game just because they know you're going to be there, they're going to be there.
Right.
But you could get that off game where you're playing against kids who aren't
familiar
playing at that esports level, and you just have a 5-man push all through that angle, and you just lose because you're like, I was not anticipating that.
It's like, you ever play like Mortal Kombat or something, and you get good at it, and then you play your little brother, and he just hits buttons.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just hitting buttons, and it fucks you up, and you get mad.
Yeah.
Right. Like, one of the bigger things for competitive Pokemon I used to play our old buddies, and they don't have any idea what it is compared to, like, what I know. I know competitive Pokemon, that's what I research a lot of the time. So, but if they would play me, like, I couldn't beat our one buddy at all. I could never beat him. I researched all the strats and everything, just couldn't beat him. It didn't matter. Just because his team had nothing to do with what I was building.
You're trying to predict how someone that knows how to play would play, but you're counting on my Arceus knowing Judgment Day, Hydroblast, Fire, I don't remember the name. My Arceus knows 4 moves. All of them have 5 PP.
It can miss like 70% of the time. Dude, fuck it, but they strong.
Bro, my Crawdaunt knows guillotine. All right, it has a 50% chance to hit, but if it hits, you die. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
There's one YouTuber that I watch who does that. He plays competitive Pokemon like I used to, and his teams, he'll go into matches and they'll laugh in chat at him because they're like, what kind of garbage is this? And then he'll just smash them, and they're like, what even is this? Like, how did this team even come to like life? Like, this should not work.
Right, like there's this fear strat, and it's a Rattata for anyone that knows Pokemon. A very small, it's just a really early game Pokemon. Shouldn't be strong at all, but you can beat anything with it. It has, like, you can make it level 1, has like 1 HP. It always should die, except it doesn't, because it has an ability that allows it to just live 1 hit. So no matter what, you have to hit it twice. And it makes it so, and then there's another move in the game that you lower their HP down to yours. So now they are at 1 HP, and then you use a move that just goes before theirs. There's moves in the game that now you just go first. And it doesn't matter what damage you do, it's at least 1. So it kills them. So you can technically knock out any one Pokemon. Just done. Yeah.
I got you. I mean, it like, I'm learning a lot more of it now that we have the Pixelmon server, like with like passive abilities and stuff like that. Thank you. Like with my one Pokemon, BC knows who he is. He's like a dragon, whatever his name is.
Oh, he's talking about Hydreigon.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not.
Hydreigon's purple.
He's
No, we're thinking of the red one that doesn't fly.
Drugigon or
Druddigon.
Yeah.
It's always so hard to say.
Only his face is red.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And some parts of it.
Well, he's like red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
and he's spiky.
Like his passive ability, I didn't understand the concept of rough skin. And
yes, it is so awesome.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, there's in competitive, you can make it so that they get hit by hitting you, but they get hit like 3 times.
There's an item you can put on them called Assault Vest that whenever it just gives them that ability, but it takes up their health item.
Oh, okay.
Is that what Assault Vest is, or am I thinking of
Rocky
something?
Helmet?
Rocky Helmet.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they hit you, they get hurt.
So I mean, all my Pokemon in my current kit all have plates. Just because.
You probably wouldn't know them because they're not competitive.
Yeah.
There's like they're in fucking like Sun and Moon. It's like Pixie Plate makes fairy type moves 20% more effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they're in competitive.
No, they are.
Yeah.
Only a little bit though, not often.
Yeah.
But they're
you just usually want to use something.
They're fucking everywhere in Pixelmon. So
you probably don't have other things.
So like.
Well, they're also there's like 16 of them, one for every type.
Right.
And if you collect them all, you can summon Arceus.
Yeah.
So that's why that's actually how Arceus' whole thing works. Depending on what plate you give him, changes his typing overall.
Mm-hmm.
If you give him the Psychic plate, he's now Psychic type.
Oh.
And his move gets to become the Psychic type.
Judgment Day move?
It's just Judgment. But
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
The day of reckoning.
Kills them automatically.
That's how I feel anytime I see one of those Daikaiju Ampharos running around in the
Oh,
woods near the village.
There's Daikaijus in
There's
that game.
boss Pokemon
Yeah.
that spawn randomly. You can't catch them, but they're not always shiny, but they're usually shiny. If they have a Mega, they'll spawn as a Mega. So it's usually Mega Ampharos, but their size is usually like 2 times the scale of normal Pokemon.
I love it.
Yeah, they're huge. Absolutely monstrous.
That's fucking awesome.
Or I also found in the not the overworld, the Ultra Space. I've run into a lot of boss Pokemon who are way smaller
Oh yeah,
than they normally are. So like I found a legendary boss Viper who was the size of like who's the electric flea.
It's one of the smallest Pokemon in the actual game. Fucking Joltik.
Yeah, Joltik. Yeah, right.
It's a tick.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that it becomes a spider.
Yeah, it becomes a big spider, and he's not that big either. He's like
No.
dog-sized.
Yeah.
No, because I've watched videos where it's like it just shows you each Pokemon. What's the smallest Pokemon? Is it Joltik?
Joltik. Oh, well,
There's some that are
technically,
the same height.
I was gonna say Ghastly technically can also, for some reason, be
Whatever. Fuck 'em.
considered nothing.
Fuck
Super
Ghastly.
Yeah, Haunter's way better.
Every Hunter I've ever had, I named Hunter. Not because I knew you. Because they needed to be named Hunter. That A was there for no reason.
It was there for no reason. That was like, there was that tower that we found when Ben and I were exploring the Pixelmon server.
There's these randomly spawning ghost towers that you start on the first floor. You beat all the ghost Pokemon there, then you go up and you beat all, and at the top there's a boss. It's usually like Gengar, Miss Magus,
Golurk? No, I don't think Gen 5. It
No.
doesn't sound like Gen 5's in the game.
Haunter's,
current gen is on the
Haunter's
game.
also up there.
Everything is in the game.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. There's all gens.
Well,
of
then you
Pokemon.
could have Golurk.
Golurk is an ultra rare spawn, but
Yeah.
Golett spawns all the time. You can catch Golett. I love Golurk. Are you aware of Golett and Golurk?
I am
They're
slightly aware.
the
of that.
rock golem
Yeah.
ghost Pokemon. They're fucking awesome looking.
You're a Golett.
You are a Golett.
Also, I
Hey.
just finally caught a Dusclops
Yeah?
in the Nether. Yeah.
You gotta turn him into a Dusknoir or give him an Eviolite. I know.
Eviolite's in the game!
Yeah.
I love Eviolite.
I just traded one for an Eevee.
There's
They sound like they go together. They don't. I traded an Eviolite for an Eevee.
Oh, no.
No, they're not related in the slightest.
No, I mean, if you want a bulky Eevee.
I don't know. Every single item I have in a singular chest, I have no idea what any of them do. I just keep them there. I'm just like, oh, if anybody wants to trade me something.
Oh,
It's like
it
that
makes me
one
wanna
item I
play on
had,
this server.
the battery or whatever.
The battery is for
your Electabuzz.
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
did that.
I know,
You
I
did
remember.
that,
That's what I
yeah.
mean. I had that and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this thing does.
He traded it to me, and now I got an Electivire.
I need him to do the swinging arm thing that he does in the or in the show. That's Electabuzz. Electivire does like he like charges up electricity. Swing his arms around.
I mean, I know yours, but Goblin, I don't think I know your favorite Pokemon. Is it Haunter or Bulbasaur?
No.
Who is your favorite Pokemon?
Never.
What?
Damn.
Fuck you.
You motherfuckers.
He said that
Damn.
so quick. Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Snorunt.
Damn, bro.
You want my actual favorite Pokemon?
Yeah. Fuck you. You played that off too good. I was
I
like,
didn't know you knew that.
I was like, yeah, I honestly didn't know you knew that. And I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna look me in the eyes and pretend Snorunt wasn't my favorite? Like, you're just gonna, there's 900 of these bitches and you're just gonna take my favorite? He's a first evolution! Why do I like him?
My actual favorite is,
Agron.
it's not Aggron, it's the first evolution. Aeron, yeah.
Yeah, Fleegz is his Agron.
I like Aeron.
What's the middle one? Larion. Lairon.
Yeah.
Lairon, yeah. I have him in Pixelmon.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him and I've ignored him because I don't want
He's in
to.
the Mesa biome.
I
You
don't
can give him an Eevee.
him. Why do I need an item to evolve Rhyperior?
That's what you're talking about, I think.
My question is,
It's either the Protector or the Assault Vest.
No. Assault Vest is an actual item that does something.
yeah,
Rhydon's item is I fucking have one, and I have Protector. Yeah. You're right. I have a Rhyhorn, and I have the item to make him Rhyperior. I just don't want to put in the work to make him Rhydon. Like,
No, I thought you had the trade, or is it?
yeah, but you got to turn Rhyhorn into Rhydon first.
Yeah, but how do you do that?
Fucking grind.
That's super high levels.
I just don't like grinding in Pixelmon.
It's trash.
Tedious. I actually just upgraded the boosted the XP gains.
Oh yeah.
We're at 1.3 or 2 times normal
Yeah,
XP.
I got you.
Because it's a grind.
Oh,
man.
it's a grind. Yeah, and I mean, I think we found out the easiest way is just to battle each other.
Oh, you could definitely you could cheat. It's like what do they call it in boosting?
Yeah.
Remember Call of Duty? Do you remember Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 boosting?
Yeah.
I never boosted, so I don't know.
You would get
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
You were the only person I knew that did do it.
I was gonna say you and I probably.
Yeah, it was
boosted.
like you and Austin or something.
It's definitely you got to boost for gun skins, man. But you would just get in. You would get on different.
No,
teams,
I did that in Black Ops 2. I boosted.
Yeah,
I didn't do it in MW2. Black Ops 2. I boosted.
MW2, I accidentally got into wasn't even meaning to. Got into a modded lobby and got fucking. I didn't want that, but they did it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you were like a lower level than everyone.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare. I didn't play Modern Warfare 2 with you guys.
No, different thing.
No, you just wanted to put me down, huh?
little baby boy levels.
Modern Warfare 2, I was 10th prestige max level with all gold guns because I got into some accidental modded lobby.
Ah.
Yeah.
There was somebody else that did that in Black Ops 2, where they had to make a new account and they got into a lobby and immediately got basically set back up the top.
It was all modded lobbies.
Oh yeah. I'm just glad that they weren't like a lot of the modders and hackers in the earlier Call of Duties weren't assholes.
Oh well, that's how
it was just a lot more fun to like make the game super crazy, like 200% speed, 500% jump height and shit like that. Give each other ray guns and shit. Like it was
now Call of Duty hacking is just aimbot.
It's just aimbotting.
Aimbot, shooting through walls and shit.
Yeah, the other one was just like go to my Pornhub or something.
That fun lobbies is usually how old Call of Duties happen.
Exactly.
So I'm sure if you go into the current Modern Warfare, if you go into that game 4 years from now, it's gonna be like crazy dumb mod, like 100% that stuff. It gets that treatment.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I liked about the old hackers and modders and stuff is that they were just
that, and I think the systems became easier to fucking weed those guys out.
Yeah, which I mean, even in so like there was a super big streamer that actually just got permabanned from Warzone for he went to a fucking tournament and was cheating at the tournament. Like
the balls, man. The balls.
Well, he's just like 110 attack speed. Like he just fires a little bit faster.
Like he was walling and aimbotting. So
the balls, man.
Oh yeah,
you could probably get in some serious trouble because tournaments are played for money.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, and I'm sure you gotta sign some kind of fucking.
Yeah, he got barred from any next tournament, anything to do with Call of Duty in general.
I'm sure his accounts are. I'm sure he's hardware banned.
Oh, he is hardware banned. Yeah. There was a few other people that are hardware banned.
You familiar with hardware banned?
No.
It's you can't make a new account.
Oh,
like, your account could get banned, and then you go and make a new account and play again. If you're hardware banned, you cannot play from any account on that computer.
CSGO was really big into that back when CSGO was humonganoid.
Yeah.
So they would give you a soft ban, then a hard ban. It's like your first ban would be like a day or two. Your hard ban would be like a week, and then they would IP ban you, and then they would just hardware ban you. If they figured it was as much of a problem, which CSGO it was at the higher competitive levels, because I mean everybody was trying to be big at CSGO back when CSGO was getting really big, just like Warzone.
It was like the biggest game on PC.
The
biggest game on consoles. Yeah, you're probably not going to see it at the high levels. Biggest game on PC.
There's a difference between shooters and PC exclusive shooters. There's like Call of Duty, Battlefield. I guess the difference they call those arcade shooters.
Yes.
And like CS:GO is not an arcade shooter.
It's just a shooter.
It's just a shooter.
It's a competitive.
It's just the difference between the games you can play cross-platform and the games you can only play on PC, which I don't like. They're not as. I don't know. They're way more performance over quality. You know what I mean? Over visual. Like I don't know. Call of Duty will look good, but then CS:GO will look like donkey ass.
Yeah.
But it'll be very, very competitive, very precise, very down to like You know what I mean? Your
Yeah.
hitbox matters, whereas in Call of
Well-
Duty, like your hitbox might be off a bit, but damn, dude, that shit look good.
Yeah, see, well, that's why I like those games more, is because those games revolve more
Oh, yeah.
around the actual play than it does
Yeah.
other than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it does get frustrating a lot of the time because, like with CS:GO, you almost get like rank locked because
wow.
unless you're playing with a group of people who are also good, you will never ever get to a significantly high rank. Kind of like Siege
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
You have to be good enough to carry your, which is you're crazy. You're crazy
Yeah,
if
you're
you're
fucking
carrying your whole
crazy.
team.
Yeah, and by the time if you're that crazy playing that game, you're gonna be noticed by other people who are also good. And at that point in time, then you go on a super huge rank jump. So like for example, I just got to silver in Valorant the other day through mad hours of grinding. I've always been in bronze, and now I'm was in silver, of course.
Sad.
God
damn,
Sad.
got
Past
deranked.
tense.
Yeah, I got deranked because I don't play with anybody, so I get stuck with randos, and you have a lot of games where it's just
So I'm just
absolute dog water.
I'm just curious. You two are the only friends that I have that, well, not true, but you're the only guys in the Gotcha guys that do any gaming competitively. Girl, you play competitive Pokemon. Is there any overlap between what he's saying and in Pokemon?
With,
I guess
like,
not.
the
Pokemon,
ranks?
you don't play with a team,
No.
so there wouldn't be.
No, and really, I mean, everything in Pokemon is you.
Yeah.
You are making every single
Right.
play. You're doing everything. I mean, the only thing you get is from the developers. They've made the Pokemon. It has these
Yeah.
these things. You can't just create your own and be exactly
Shame.
what you want.
Shame you can't just make your own Pokemon. Like, I did that when I was 9. Just for my own Pokemon, I gave it titties.
No, but I want.
I did. I gave it titties. I got in trouble. I was like 9. I was like, I like these, but I don't know why. What, I was trying to bring this up, but I couldn't remember. How high have you gotten playing Pokemon Showdown? We're talking like marijuana-induced high.
That's where I thought you were going originally. The highest I've gotten in Pokemon was 18th in the world. But also, that's not totally accurate because it was on a game mode that was made that day and put up that day.
Oh, okay.
And like I just grinded it all night.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of Adderall and just went on a spree of just grinding the hell.
I bet Pokemon Showdown's gotta be like Adderall and Pokemon Showdown have to go together so well.
They do go together very, very
The numbers, Mason.
Well, that's like CS:GO and Valorant. I've met so many players who are cracked. And I'm like, dude, are you on something? And they're like, oh yeah, I take Adderall like all the time. I'm like, oh my god.
Adderall is becoming this just super common thing. It's just so commonplace.
Oh yeah.
It's really odd to me because like when I was a very young child, I got diagnosed with ADHD and I was prescribed Adderall, and like who just has that where it's just like, and then this later became a drug that was just sold on the streets. I was prescribed heroin before it was heroin.
Adderall was sold on the streets. You probably just weren't around. It was sold in colleges.
Yeah.
At the time. Even probably when you were a kid, it was probably just still going around
probably.
colleges.
I just find Adderall to be a bit crazy because it's becoming a lot more
out there,
prominent in the gaming community for competitive play.
Oh, that too, I bet.
Dude, people use it for everything now.
Oh yeah, I know, which is crazy.
Tons of people work on Adderall. That's just what they do.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's just like how I know a lot of people that work while at least a little high.
There are
my brother just told me this story. He's working in a big plant, and one of his, I don't know who, but they have daily meetings before to talk about like projects and I don't know, safety and
safety
shit.
stuff.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't remember the position the guy was in, but the guy was talking to everyone, and he was like, "You guys cannot be getting this high." He's like, "You can get a little high." He's like, "You can get a little high. Don't be getting this high. It's so obvious that you guys are high."
That's amazing.
The trades, man.
That's how a lot of trades work too. Is if you're noticeably high, that's when you start getting a lot of the flack. But when you're, so I have a funny story about a kid that used to work with us. You actually know him. He was at the high school.
You told me about him.
This is Cody.
I think I've heard this story.
So we were working in a locked chamber, super high profile work. It's for the government, for the state, and shit like that. So, everything's super strict and, not at all supposed to be drug related, like anything.
Well, yeah.
I
think normally it's not supposed to be drug related.
But I mean,
especially.
It's not a smokable task.
They were more adamant on bringing in random drug vans to like test.
Yeah.
Than a normal.
I get what you're saying. There's a lot of oversight on this job.
Yeah. And this kid Cody would not shut up. He would talk all the time, no matter what you were doing. He just would not shut up. Super annoying. And we had another guy on the job site whose name was Joe. And
Schmo.
He dabbled a bit in drugs and stuff like that.
Crack cocaine.
He's from the Rock, so I mean, I don't fucking know.
He was wrapping his arm and
but
throwing hair.
he would always bring like a pen and gummies.
Yeah.
To work, and he knew how to microdose himself, so he would just slowly microdose himself like over the whole period of the work.
Yeah.
Speaking of microdosing, I don't want to cut you off, but I know guys that stood armed watches high on LSD. Carry on though. The military's safe. Trust the military.
But he was fucking with Joe one night because we were working nights down there, and
Yo, did you just rip ass?
Well, I didn't think it would be that loud.
But he was being really annoying to him, and so Joe, getting fed up with it, was like, Cody, just here, have some of these fucking gummies and leave me the fuck alone.
Shut the fuck up.
And he gave him a handful of gummies. This kid went out onto a man lift with another guy we work with named Dan, and they were setting up a wall saw. And they're running the wall saw. This thing is loud. It's running at like 140 decibels. So it's loud. Cody is passed out in the man lift, asleep.
That's what happens when he greened out.
Oh, he was fucking obliterated. And then he was immediately fired right after that, of course, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. And when I talked...
I think it's there. I think it's pretty relevant.
I feel like there was only a 50-50 chance he got fired that day.
Are you saying he shouldn't have been fired?
I'm saying...
It shouldn't have been taken into account.
Dude,
I'm saying he should have been fired, but he shouldn't have been... I mean, granted, he does have brain damage. I mean, I mean, it's Cody.
Yeah. You don't gotta name and shame everyone, dog.
But, I mean, he... I'm just saying he has brain damage. He brings it up all the time.
Oh my God.
You're fine.
He brings it up all the
So
time.
you know.
I mean, literally, I've seen him walk up to people and be like, hey, I'm Cody. And I got into a really bad accident. I was in a coma, and now I have brain damage. I'm like, why do you have to tell people that? But fucking, yeah, that was just crazy to just, realize how easy it is to just go flatline, basically, on a job.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
well,
anything that happens, you could potentially die or kill other people. It's just wild.
Well, how many injuries have you had? I'm looking at a scar on your forehead right now.
A lot. But I mean, of course, a couple of my injuries are due to my own stupidity. So, but I mean, hey,
a lot of them. My uncle was working with this guy. You probably heard about this. I don't remember what happened, but he fucking lost his leg. I think they something with crane. I don't know, man.
It dropped on his leg or
sounds about
something.
right. So there's actually, if you take the OSHA 30 exam, you can. They actually lead you to a site where you can look at
at injuries.
the registry of deaths and injuries in the current year.
All right, I know what we're doing. Pull up the OSHA site.
And one guy, I remember seeing it very distinctly because it makes you go to that site to look at it before you can go back and take the rest of the test. And one dude in the previous year was crushed between two backing up dump trucks.
Damn. Oh, why were they both backing up?
I don't know
They're
what.
just dug out both sides and now they're backing up and this guy just mindlessly walks into them.
No, dude, he got trapped in and he was like, no, like that Star Wars scene.
Oh, now you made it really real where he's just really trapped.
Where
he knows for a second that he's not getting out.
You gotta picture it as being very slow, too.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't back up fast in those big trucks. I mean, just...
No, those things are... those things are a mile tall. They back up really fast.
But that was the wildest shit ever. And then I mean, here in Pittsburgh, we had some dude die in it was like an inch and a half of water. Fell off a ladder and then drowned in like an inch and a half of
He
water.
go unconscious when he fell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he drowned in an
No-
inch and
no
a
one
half
was
of water
around?
in a puddle. Yeah, no one was
That's
around.
sad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You can drown in a very small.
Some dude fell off a 1 foot tall step ladder and died. He was like a 63-year-old dude. Fell off and
fucking
immediately
shouldn't
died.
be on a stepladder, old ass.
Like it's,
Fuck old people.
Eat
No, no,
the
no.
rich.
No,
rich.
but like, someone should fuck old people. I mean, like, really pipe them.
That was
Just
fine.
pipe.
I love old people and they fuck me all the time.
That's Solar Opposites. It's the other show made by Justin Roiland,
Yeah,
the Rick and Morty guy.
I got you.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty.
Alright, get out of your own place. Just leave.
Okay, goodbye.
But
Did Dan Harmon and the other guy who make Rick and Morty, do they talk anymore? I heard recently that they are like arguing or something.
Really? I never
Yeah.
heard that.
No?
Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland.
Yeah. Nothing on them?
No, I don't know anything there.
have either of you watched the new season 5?
He
Yes.
has. I'm only
Just finished it. Just finished it yesterday. It is spectacular.
It is spectacular.
I'm only 2 or 3 episodes in. Don't
I know,
spoil that
I
shit.
know.
It is
We
probably
won't
the
spoil the whole
craziest.
thing.
It's probably the craziest
All
season yet.
right.
I liked it so much.
All right.
It was very, very good.
It was very, very
Yeah.
good. It was crazy.
Watch a couple episodes
It was
a day,
bizarre.
I will.
and then you're really gonna.
Dude,
be
I'll
like,
just
this
probably
is
binge it all.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just binge it
We
all.
watched the last 2 here, High.
Yeah, I watched the one.
Finish them tonight.
It was the only Rick and Morty I've ever, or the only Rick and Morty season I've ever got that I had to. I literally was waiting every Sunday for it to release.
Really?
Just
I watched
because of
it.
how interesting it was. It was just so out of this world.
Oh,
like
they
it was
were good.
it was definitely in the lower
Yeah.
depths of what they've ever just bizarrely.
Well,
came
he
up
was saying earlier that they became more story driven instead of episodical, where like there's a through line, where like this episode carries into this episode.
with. In the new season, I
No,
wouldn't
not
necessarily
directly,
say that.
but they do make references back.
Yeah, they
and
do
then
make
they
references
get just
back.
like closer as a family,
But
which
it-
is
Yeah,
gay,
but it is. I would say it's. I would say it's probably a lot more random than every other last season,
Yes.
though. In
Yeah.
terms of like
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're doing,
like
it
complete
just
opposite.
makes no fucking sense. And like it's just like, and also the like episodic bases of a lot of those episodes is just like mind-blowingly like different
Yes,
every time.
very.
Which-
Not even stuff that like hasn't been referenced before. But,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they just put
They-
such a Rick and Morty spin on it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
My problem
Absolutely.
is with the last. I watched the first 3 episodes of the season, and it's very predictable. Once you know how Rick and Morty's gonna spin things, I feel like it's easy to.
It's only you.
No,
It's
You've
only
watched so much.
my
that
IQ. You guys are just too dumb.
You're just
Too-
taking it,
too
you've
dumb.
taken it completely apart, and now you're like,
Yeah.
I know, I am Justin.
So wait, so you seen the replacement episode? The replacement family
Yes.
episode.
Yeah,
yes.
And I predicted the whole episode.
See,
He was thinking.
yeah,
This is
because
overthought it.
you're big brain.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah,
I'm too
I mean-
fucking smart.
Did you big brain it?
No,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
was-
you're small brain.
Way too big brain for us, but
Yeah,
I mean-
get more wrinkles on your brain, bud.
I mean, at the very, I predicted the plot, which was an Inception plot, but I did not know I didn't
No,
know
it
they
was-
would at the very end be
No.
like, yeah, they were just off fucking around in space.
it was
the whole
just so
time.
much deeper.
Not a single part of it was I surprised by.
Wow.
It kind of upset me too, because sometimes I like to do that. Whenever I'm watching something,
You
I'll
need to
throw out a
dumb
prediction.
yourself down. Dumb yourself down.
Well, I like being wrong too on those predictions. I
When
do
I'm
that.
wrong, I'm so happy that
Yes,
I'm wrong.
yes.
Yeah,
I forget what anime I'm watching, and I'm like, I already got this bitch's number. You know,
yeah.
where it's like you're not gonna.
See, don't recommend those ones to me.
Yeah, people think it's tropey, right? Things get tropey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's
They
like,
anime a lot. Yeah,
well, you can't kill a character for shock value when I fucking know you're gonna do it, bitch.
Yeah.
Like Attack on
I
Titan.
never predict those ones.
Like Attack on Titan was very predictable after the first.
You
You-
couple
predicted
episodes.
the newest season, Attack on Titan, first episode.
Oh, fuck, dude. How would I know they're gonna go a completely different way? I'm saying Attack on
Okay.
Titan started being that thing that was like, you have no idea who's safe.
Yeah,
But now it's like, everyone wants
Oh.
to be that thing that you don't know who's safe. But now I'm at the point where it's
Yeah.
like, I know you're not safe.
you know who did it better?
Who?
Akami got killed right afterward.
Oh.
Uh,
Akame got killed came
because
out
it was
first.
the worst. Yeah, you're probably right.
Akame Kill was so fucking.
I wonder if it got pulled
sad.
in by Attack on Titan into like.
Akame Kill came out a good bit before.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like, was
yeah.
it popular before Attack on Titan? And
Yeah.
like shock value ones, was it?
Yeah. Akame Kill was
I mean-
one of those early ones that was like, we have 10 anime. Akame Kill's one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the Gundam anime that is out on Netflix, Blood Iron Orphans or whatever. They're really good.
That's
They're really good with that, with like the whole like you
Shock
don't know
value.
who's gonna die, because you can think of a character is completely safe and they're way higher up on the protagonist leaderboard and then just get off and like they don't even talk about it either.
I don't remember
It
the
just
last.
happens and then it's like seldom moment where everybody's sad and they just get back to what they're doing because they can't. Because at the point in time where they die, they always make it where it's in a situation where they can't really reflect back on it.
Yeah.
So they just have
Yeah.
to move past it immediately.
Yeah.
That's part of the Evangelion series, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
What?
I've never-
Iron Blood Orphans?
No, it is not.
It's
Because
part of it. It's Gundam.
Evangelion is
It's either Evangelion's small.
No,
Gundam's the big
yes.
one. It's Gundam.
Yeah.
Evangelion is not in the Gundam universe.
No.
Uh,
Evangelion's small. Gundam is huge.
yeah.
Gundam has like 60 different series.
Oh yeah, I was
Yes,
gonna say
Gundam
no
is-
because Evangelion has bigger robots. I
Yeah,
think it actually
yeah.
does, but-
Evangelion does have bigger robots.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
They-
But Gundam.
oh yeah. Well, fucking what the hell is the spring top one?
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren
Lagann.
Lagann has bigger ones
Yeah,
because
where it's
they're the
robot the size of the fucking galaxy.
galaxy. Yeah, multiple galaxies.
Yeah.
You know, the
That's
one
right.
time we were playing Super Fight, and I argued that my suit could be that suit, and I won because
Really?
of that. Yeah.
I don't think I was. I wasn't around when you guys played Super Fight. Really.
I hate it. No one.
No one wanted to
Terrible.
fight me.
I was terrible in Super Fight because I would just make it. I would be like, well, you're not going to beat me, so I'm going to go and make the standard the highest thing I can make. it.
Well,
Like,
I think you two playing the Super Fight card game would be the worst experience.
I'm certain it would be.
Both of you, especially with power scaling, are unwilling to back down.
Yeah,
yeah,
and we
no.
have the other. We have something that the other person doesn't know, so we're just like, yeah, but this thing's way
Right.
stronger than that.
All you got to do is name something that I don't know about.
Yeah.
And what do I do with that?
That's pretty
Yeah.
much how it goes. Yeah. I mean,
You can argue it, and then we get into looking up, but
also one of the craziest shock value shows.
You guys want to wrap this thing up or no?
Um.
I'm thinking an hour per episode. We're at an hour and a half, so we can cut out some
Okay.
more stuff.
Yeah, we can cut it out. Yeah, that's fine.
Just cut it. Well, I'm saying cut it for the YouTube. Cut it down to just an hour.
Yeah.
Like ish.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I even though I feel like we've actually done a good bit of.
Oh, we've got good content. We've got
good
over an
content,
hour
yeah.
of content, is what I'm saying.
For
And
sure.
I think anything more than that's going to be too big of a bitch to edit.
Yeah.
And I think we, did good.
All right.
I agree.
Any
Uh,
final thoughts?
Follow the Gotcha Guys Twitter at Gotcha Guys.
Follow everybody who isn't GopnikGoblin.
What? Hunter, put down that fucking crack pipe, man. You can't do crack in here.
If only you knew what a crack pipe sounded like when
It
you
doesn't-
smoked it.
It doesn't sound like sucking out of an empty cup.
Heard it here,
All right.
folks.
That was episode 1.
Alright.
Yeah, congrats. We did it.
Ayo.